So it's been a little while, maybe just like a couple days since we last spoke. And boy, let me tell you, I think today I kind of want to I just kind of get more intimate with you guys about like kind of my own life, like my own journey with the Lord a little bit. Um, so I'm going to talk about something that a lot of people don't talk about, and a lot of people are actually scared to do. Um, what is it actually like following the Lord? Oh, ooh. I wish, I wish I had people around me that had such crazy faith that, I do to do the things that I do. That are that, spontaneous and crazy. And following the Lord, y'all, and only the Lord is scary. Um, it is so scary. Like before I used to be like, God, like I feel so alone. Like I'll be in a room full of people feeling absolutely so alone. And that was even before like I met the Lord that I used to feel that way. Um and I think a lot of times like I used to still carry that with me throughout this journey um with God. Like I would feel like I'm so alone, and really I think now I'm actually understanding that I am so far from alone, y'all. Like it's so different. Like there were times where I'll feel like a little down. I'd be like, I'm by myself. Like, but I'm never by myself. Like he always sends like the best people around me. Um, Not always, y'all. I had some, but there's always like he's a father, so he's always teaching you something that's worth learning. Trust me. I know you guys are probably like, you're not outside today, girl. Like, y'all, I just let follow the Lord will send you places you did not expect to go. Right now, I'm somewhere where I actually need the sweater, and probably a coat. But that's another part of following the Lord. It is something so different. And back when I was like an atheist, I used to like love fun, adrenaline, and just going places sporadically, not knowing. Let me tell y'all something. When you're in the world and you're just doing anything, it's one thing. But when you're on purpose, it's so different. And I think that's like what I've been learning on my journey currently. And because I used to feel so alone, like now, like I constantly need like his love. And honestly, like I wouldn't trade this for the world, literally, but I would not trade this for anything. Like being able to live my life like according to his will is one of the best decisions I ever made. I used to call it being on call for Jesus, like on call for the Lord, because for a long time, like over a year and stuff like that, I kind of currently now do, like I wasn't working for anyone except Jesus. So everything I did was according to him. Y'all, I can't tell y'all how I made it this far. Honestly, then I would try and get a job and it would just not work out. And I've been learning through this journey of what it's actually like following Jesus is that your gifts will make room for you. If I didn't believe it before, like I wholeheartedly, spiritually, mentally, everything in me believes that now. Like, because throughout this journey, like a lot of times you go through life and people label you one thing, but you're so much more. Or you only recognize one part of yourself that you think is good enough because everyone told you that part is good. But there's so many layers, and the deeper and the more I get into God, like I suddenly realized that I'm more to whatever I thought I was. I'm more than whatever people thought I was. I'm everything he thinks I am. And there's still some things I'd be like, whoa. Like right now, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like chances are every time I do a video, I will probably be in a different spot. But that's just me. Like I love going all over the place, and I love being sent on his missions. Even though they may not make complete sense and I'm always feeling like I'm uprooted for something. Like I realized that, like, I wouldn't trade living my life for God for anything else, because even in this, like, sure, I have feelings and sometimes my feelings may get hurt or something. Like, the amount of love I feel is undefined. And if you're someone just looking to know Jesus and just try him out, or actually live your life according to his will, because I know some people who are watching this and they're like, I know the Lord, like, I follow him. Like, do you really? Like, have you wholeheartedly followed him? Have you pursued the degree that he's told you to pursue? Like, have you pursued the life that he's told you to pursue? Have you gotten rid of the job that he's told you to leave because it's not bringing any room for your gifts? If not, you haven't really been walking in the Lord's will. And trust me, it's scary. It's so scary. And sometimes he'll unveil so many new gifts that you're just like, what do I do? I'm totally a person who cannot multitask. I cannot multitask. I can't have a conversation and focus on something else at the same time. Like, I could barely text and walk. I'm gonna be honest. I'm young, yeah, but your girl struggles. So if I could sum it up of what's it really like following Christ, it's scary, but it's the most profoundly heart-clenching love you'll ever feel. And sure, there'll be moments where you feel pain, and sure, there'll be moments where you're like, I have no idea what's going on. Literally, that be me. But in the end, like, what you do for him, there's always a purpose. And sometimes I'll feel like, I'll be like, God, okay, like, I'm totally like a spur. Like, I feel like a hippie, like, or a nomad, whatever you call them. And like, sometimes I'll be like, I feel like I can't have like a stable life or something like that. But truly, when it comes to following the Lord, the ultimate stability is in him. And you have to realize, when the Lord is calling you one place and to do something, and you may think like, that's unstable, like, I don't know how that's going to work out, how's that going to financially sustain me? He's building a foundation that will not break. If you leave your job, if someone fires you, let's say you do quit, they're going to fill your position automatically. Maybe a couple months, maybe a couple months, but 2 weeks, like. But when you have a position and purpose and plan and foundation and just ordinance in God, no one can fill the position that he has for you. So I'd say, and realistically, following God has been the best thing I've ever done. Screw the times I'd be crying in my car. Like, there were times I would cry in my car. There were times I would just be crying just anywhere. I'll go to the bathroom and just cry. Like, I have no idea what I'm going to do next. And he always says, just trust me. So even at this point in my life, right now, I am trusting him. So if you really want to know what it's like following the Lord, it's not sitting in the same seat for 20 years. It's constant elevation in a way that sometimes you may even be irrecognizable to the people that may have known you your entire life. Where you were last year may not be where you are next year. Where you are right now when you follow the Lord won't even be where you are in 6 months. Because if there's one thing about God that I've learned, is he is not stagnant. So if I had any personal advice I would give to someone who is trying to completely pursue the will of the Lord, stay faithful. Literally stay faithful. Because he's the most committed and unchanging love I've ever known. So anything that comes from him is greater than the last. So yeah, this video is pretty short compared to my regulars, but this is me kind of talking to you guys about where I'm at right now. Like, and don't go thinking like I think it's all peaches and creams. I just told you I'll be crying. I'm a crier. I'm a worshiper. I can't help it. But it's absolutely astounding falling in love with God every day and falling in complete trust with him, which is something I struggled with. And I think throughout this journey of just following God and what he has for me, sometimes I'll be in a place for 3 months, sometimes I'll be in a place for 6 months, sometimes a year, whatever the mission has me do, whatever he has me do. But every single time that I follow him, I flourish. And there's nothing better than being exactly who he called you to be. So for those who are watching this and you've been scared to do that thing he's been telling you to do constantly, or for those who just want to try Jesus, do it. Do it. You cannot fail with him. Like, and even what you think is a failure is just a stepping stone. So literally following Jesus has been the best thing I've ever done. And just try it out. Seriously, just try it out. You may cry a little bit. You may be like, what am I gonna do next? But honestly, it's the best I don't know what I'm doing next I've ever had in my life. So following Christ is just amazing. Like, one of the best love stories you'll ever tell is how your father guided you through an entire wilderness and you came out unbruised, unbroken, but better. So, alright, y'all, that's it. I feel like I'm supposed to say, like, subscribe, but honestly, subscribe to Jesus. I'm just here a little bit. I'll be dropping in here and there. But stay tuned for my journey. I'll keep you guys posted on stuff that I do as well. With, like, other videos where I kind of go on my little rants, my little spiritual rants, what be going on in the world. But this one is actually intimate for you guys and to see, like, kind of, like, who I am behind the scenes or behind the camera and what goes on. So, if you haven't, try Jesus. And if you haven't done it today, read your word. And if you're thinking about it, follow God. Okay. All right. Later, y'all. Bye.